sexy. My gal, who
72 years ago, the great Vincenzo Minnelli directed An American in Paris starring Gene Kelly and Leslie Caron. It was an instant classic. The film brought to life a bohemian Paris set in Montmartre. So we've decided to come back here today to meet an actual American in Paris, the stand-up comedian Sebastian Marks, to get a feel for what the cultural gap is like nowadays. Hi Sebastian,
Hello.
Great to meet you.
Good
Thanks
to meet
for
you
doing
too.
this. I want to
you.
understand how you ended up in Paris after living
wow.
in New York, right?
I'm from New York, born and raised in New York, and I followed a French girl. Yeah.
Okay.
They're
the
very
classic
convincing.
romantic story.
Very romantic.
And how did you end up doing stand-up comedy here? Were you doing it already in New York?
I was doing a little bit in the States, and then after a while, I realized that I was missing the stage. I was like, okay, now I speak French well enough. I'm going to try to do it in French. And then, like, when I started to get more and more comfortable on stage in French, they started to laugh, which was cool.
Ah, bonjour le français, ou peut-être bonsoir. Partout dans le monde, vous avez la réputation d'être froid et distant.
Bonjour, bonsoir.
Et c'est vrai qu'après 18 heures, vous dites plutôt bonsoir.
The French complain about lots of things, but I think that's a positive thing. A little bit of skepticism is a good thing. I have a joke about the French smoking, and it doesn't work when I do it in French because they don't see themselves as smoking a lot. But yeah, I mean, if you go on a patio and you're gonna eat, you're gonna have people smoking. Like, you just get these clouds of cigarette smoke, and they won't, like, no one's be like, oh, I'm sorry. They'll be like, this is my right.
So we thought we couldn't have a stand-up comedian here and not try and end the day with some jokes. I feel like I'll start it off, but keep your expectations low. And also, these are not my jokes and not my opinions, if anyone's upset. What's the difference between yogurt and America?
I don't know.
I'm nervous already. If you leave yogurt alone for 200 years, it will grow a culture.
What's the most favorite day of the British people?
I don't know.
Summer.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That is fair. Although we're in for a good spell of weather soon, we hope.
Well, hopefully for Wimbledon at least.
Well, thank you so much for today.
Thank you.
What can we see you in over the next couple of weeks?
Well, I perform regularly in France and Paris, in French and in English. I have an English comedy night every Saturday in Paris. So if you do speak English and you're in Paris, come check me out on that. It's called the New York Comedy Nights in Paris.
Perfect, thank you.
Hi, I'm John McEnroe, and welcome to Eurosport Tennis on YouTube. Click here to subscribe to Eurosport Tennis.